Holy shit. Yeah.
The creeks are so slippery, and the rocks, even if it's dry, it's like they sweat. The humidity here is crazy.
These boys are men, so everybody's in shape, everybody's tough, everybody's physically and mentally strong.
The biggest race in North America for extreme enduros.
The format itself is not like any other race we do. They call it the knockout for a reason. We're here for, I guess, the first official knockout round. Just got through qualifiers, got all my crashes out of the way. Didn't get the best time, really kind of knocked the wind out of myself for a short second, but I'm looking forward to redeeming myself here.
I'm actually pretty new to this discipline of racing.
I think this one is so different that, you know, maybe people who don't excel in other ones can do better here just because of the terrain.
The overall format is kind of what makes it mainly difficult. It's the, it's the knockouts, the Tennessee knockouts. So it's just the elimination style. And for the pros, it just comes down to just like, you're just going from one beat down to the next, to the next, to the next, and it's just that progressive beat down.
60 riders started, so top 25 out of this, we'll move on to the next round. From that round, we'll take only 15, so every round counts.
My toughest competition is Trystan Hart from Canada.
It's a long day. We got 4 different races, and you don't have to push super hard on the first 3, but you just got to make it into the final, and then that's where you really got to lay it all out.
There's no other sport that I do that you can stop and take a risk and be okay. This one you have to.
There's nothing necessarily like super impossible out here. There's a lot of stuff that's just really hard, and it just breaks you down throughout the day.
I'm actually going to do the hill climb, I think, because I'm pretty confident with my hill climbs.
The harder option, I don't know if is smartest for this round, but they're going to force them up it for the next round. So good practice for the guys that do it. They could shave a little bit of time off if they get it clean.
Everyone I've talked to doesn't really want to do it, so if no one's going to do it, I want to send it and be the first guy out.
We have Cody that took the safe way, because maybe more experience. So a young guy, Trystan Hart coming in, he goes straight up the hill because he's early 20s, so he wants to take the chance, and that paid off. So it's going to be exciting. I mean, we definitely have a race.
A couple of weeks ago, I beat Cody Webb, which that was a pretty big deal. This weekend is another story, though, because I think he's won this 7 or 8 times in a row. So it's going to be tough, but I think I got a good shot.
Knockout round 2. Gotta be top 3 to qualify into the main event. So a little bit about conserving energy, but also making sure you're up near the front.
The rocks will be the hard part of this race because they are so slippery. Here is not too much ground, it's only rocks, so it's hard to find traction. For me, it's very hard because in Chile, I don't have this kind of weather. This race, you can win for minutes, not seconds, because if you get stuck, you lose a lot.
We cross a creek up this slippery little hillside, and it's just pretty much all virgin terrain through these little boulders, and every rock moves, every rock has a different angle, and that's really tricky to just keep your momentum through that stuff.
Green, mossy rocks on an off camber, and there's holes every which way that can swallow a wheel or a boot.
I think they call it a walk in the park up by the green cabin. That was just super slick, no traction, a lot of muscle, a lot of energy right there for the log there. That was probably the hardest part.
Definitely hardest part was one of these rock sections over there with literally green rocks. Never seen green rocks before, but the moss just grows on every single side. They flip over and they're still green. Man, that second moto was tough.
It actually wasn't that bad. I cleaned that optional hill. Little tired maybe, but not bad, so we'll see what we can do in the main event against Cody.
What's the deal, buddy? How you feeling?
Not my best. Cramping.
Oh, I was locking up, dude. If I straighten my legs, my quads lock up. If I bend them, my hamstrings lock up. I was dying that last. When I came to the drop off, I'm like, oh, thank God, we're done.
You didn't know you're the first alternate?
They can give it to somebody else. I made it around that course. I'm good. I'm happy with this weekend.
I'm not even sure what we start with, maybe 70-something riders, and they basically cut that down to a 15-rider main event. Normally we're out in the mountains for 2-3 hours at a time, and here it's a 30-minute final, which 30 minutes sounds a lot easier than 2 hours in the mountains, but it's a full-on sprint.
Kind of the last one to give up mentally, not so much actually give up, but whoever kind of quits in their head first is you're not going to do very good. So it's a challenge within yourself more than anything.
The rocks will be the main obstacle here. It's gonna be hard, and traction is not really good here because normally in other races we have more ground and then some rocks, but here is not too much ground, it's only rocks, so it's hard to find traction.
The mental toughness is something that's really important in this because everyone's tired, everyone's hurting. It's just who's gonna keep pushing, and everyone's tired, and I know that, and I feel like I'm pretty fit, so I got a bit of an advantage, I think. That was hard, I'm not gonna lie. I was tired on the second lap, I think. But just kept moving forward and got the win here, so that's pretty cool.
It's bad. I can't breathe. Oh, come back next year.
I get a lot tired. It was not too difficult, the course, but it was very hot up there, and I was really tired in the last laps.
I did everything I could, the best I've ever ridden, and just didn't quite have it in me today. So I think the hardest part is just charging 100%. It's just always ever changing, so technical, and just it beats you down like nothing I've done before.